Welcome everyone. It's the next episode of Kingdom Kids, and I hope you've been really enjoying these videos. Today we're looking at somebody else who was on the throne in the Bible, and I wonder, can you work out who it is? I'm going to give you 3 clues. Number 1, this person was David's son. Clue number 2, this person built a great temple for God. Clue number 3, this person was the wisest man in the Bible. Wonder, have you worked out who it is? Well, we're going to learn about that person's story this week. But first of all, we're going to pray.
So boys and girls, we're going to pray. And to do that, we're going to remember to close our eyes and to bow our heads so that we stay focused and remember that we're talking to God. Dear Lord, we thank you for this day. We thank you for Kingdom Kids and all the fun that it brings. Lord, may we learn through the craft and through the Bible lessons and through the drama and through the puppets, Edgar and Susie, and through all those who are involved. Help us to learn. Help us to know you more. Help us to see who is on the throne and find wonder and joy in them and in you, O Lord our God. Amen.
So here he is. Who else could it be on the throne? King Solomon, David's son, the wisest man in all the world. Of course, it had to be Edgar playing King Solomon this week. Okay, so give them all your wisest look. Okay, so you're ready to tell the story today, are you? Yep. Today, Edgar is going to be the King Solomon the judge, isn't that right? So he's got some stuff set up where he's going to go now and get ready to give his very wise judgments. Hear ye, court is in session. Here is the very wise judge, King Solomon. So he put on his black robe for judging. He thought the beard made him look more wise, didn't you? And if he's got his wooden spoon as his gavel, so he can do plenty of banging. And here he is, and he's ready to try his first case. And it's the story of 2 women. So here's the first woman.
Hello, my name is Blondie, and this is my baby boy.
And here's the second woman.
Hello, my name is Jennifer, and she's got my baby.
So let's hear the story of the first woman, what she has to say.
Let me tell you what happened. I was sleeping next to this other woman, and in the middle of the night she lay on her baby and killed him. And then she got up in the middle of the night and she got the baby from my side and took him over to herself. And she took the dead baby from her own side and put him next to me. And when I woke up in the morning, I realized that's not my baby.
Okay, Mrs., it's your turn. What do you have to say?
Oh, King, let me tell you what happened. I was sleeping, and then I woke up and my baby was gone. And the lady who was sleeping beside me, her baby was dead. And I tell you, that's my baby.
This is a very serious course. We're going to have to adjourn to the High Court. Everybody adjourn to the High Court. This is too serious. So the High Court is in session. King Solomon making his judgments. So this woman says the baby belongs to her. This woman says the baby belongs to her. How can we possibly tell? One of them's lying, but which one is it?
The living child is mine. It is not hers. Hers is the dead child.
The living baby is my child, and the dead one is hers.
Solomon thought hard, and then he made his ruling. He said, okay, you're not going to get the baby, and you're not going to get the baby. What we're going to do is we're going to cut the child in half and give half to you and half to you. So let it be. But as soon as he had given the order, what happened was this lady said,
Sounds great. Fine with me. If I can't have it, neither can she.
and then this lady said,
No, don't kill him. She can have him. Take him.
Solomon listened, and then he said, Stop! Don't cut the baby in two. Here's my judgment. This lady doesn't care. She said, let the baby be cut in two. But this lady, she loves the child. She is obviously the child's mother. This one should get the baby.
What?
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much.
King Solomon has made his judgment. Everybody knows how wise King Solomon is. Court adjourned. So here I am with King Solomon. We thought we'd have a chat. I thought you might take off your costume, but you said no. He wanted to continue to look wise. I thought we might get rid of the gavel, but he said he's going to need that for the rest of the story. This is the wisest man. He asked God for wisdom to rule over the people, and God said yes. And Solomon became the wisest man, the wisest king ever to rule over Israel. The decisions they made, like that one with the baby, were just like, wow. Everybody looked at him and thought, wow, how smart is Solomon? How wise is this man? I wonder, do you know what wisdom is? For Solomon, God says he would give him the wisdom to know the difference between right and wrong. To know what was right and what was wrong. And that was how Solomon was always able to lead his people, because he was able to say, this is right and this is wrong. And that was the gift that God gave this very wise man, wasn't it? Yeah. So, can you tell the difference between right and wrong? Yeah. You know some things are wrong, don't you? Do you think, was that right or wrong? I think that was wrong, wasn't it? You knew that was wrong, didn't you? So why did you do it? You tried it again. Did you see that? He tried it again. Even though he knows it's wrong, he still tried it. Because not only do we need wisdom to know what's right and wrong, but we then need to be able to say no to the things that are wrong and say yes to the things that are right. Isn't that right? Yep. When you know something's wrong, then you have to stop doing it. Not right? Okay, so I want you to watch something here. This is, I find this funny. We find this funny, don't we? We love this. This is all about temptation. You know what temptation is? Temptation is when you want to do something, but you don't think you should. You know you shouldn't, but you still want to do it. Okay, so watch this and see what these children are being tempted to do.
Okay, sit in that chair. All right, here's the deal. Marshmallow for you. You can either wait, and I'll give you another one if you wait, or you can eat it now. When I come back, I'll give you another one, so then you'll have two. But stay in here and stay in the chair till I come back, okay? All right. I'm gonna go do something and then I'll come back.
It smells yummy. It smells really good.
All right, so it's up to you. You can have it now or you can wait. Okay? I'll be back. Stay in the chair, okay? Okay. All right, so I'm gonna leave and then I'll come back, okay? So you can either eat it right now or you can wait. Either way, okay? Okay. How'd you do? Did you do good? You did?
Yeah.
You wanted to eat it, didn't you? Yeah. So did I tell you to give you another one? Okay, now you can have both. You need them.
Being wise, knowing what is right and what is wrong, really important. Solomon was the best at it ever. I hope you know what's right and what's wrong. And then the second thing is choosing to do what is right and choosing not to do what is wrong. And sometimes you're so tempted to do what's wrong. Sometimes it's really, really hard to say, nope, I won't hit him. But you choose to do that is what's really wise. The wise person, Jesus said, was the person who not only heard, but did. The person who not only knew what was right, but did what was right. That's the truly wise person. So I hope you've learned from King Solomon in all his wisdom. I think you've enjoyed the story, have you? I hope you have. You've enjoyed doing it, haven't you? Dressing up is something you always enjoy. I hope the two women weren't too scary for you. And I hope, like those children, you remember to do what is right and to fight hard so you don't do what is wrong. Resist the temptation to do wrong. And may God help you. And if you pray for me this week, I'll pray for you this week that you'd be able to know what's right and to choose to do what's right. And speaking of prayer, Jane's now going to do something with your prayer boxes that's going to help you to pray for me and for other people as well. Hope you enjoy this.
Now, boys and girls, for today's craft, we're going to need our prayer boxes, sellotape, some string, a pen, pencil, scissors, a piece of cardboard, and small pieces of coloured paper, or just white paper, just small pieces. Okay? Where you go and get them, come back to me. Hi, boys and girls, do you remember this from the last week? C-H-A-T, chat. Have you had a chat with God every day since I saw you? Remember we said C for confess, for saying sorry. We're sorry to God for all the wrong things we do. H for honouring him for who he is, the one true God. A for asking him for things that we need. And T for saying thank you to God for answered prayer. Now today I'm going to talk to you a wee bit more about the ask, okay? In the Bible, in Galatians chapter 6 and verse 2, it says to carry each other's burdens, and in doing so, you fulfill the law of Christ. Now, what does that mean, to carry each other's burdens? That sounds very, very stressful, as if we're going around carrying big, heavy loads of each other's burdens on our backs and not sure what to do with them. But you know, we have a God, a wonderful God, who helps us and guides us to pray for each other and to carry each other's burdens as Christians. And that way we're helping each other, same as Jesus helped people when he walked the earth. And he wants us now to do the same things that he did while he walked the earth. So what does it mean to carry each other's burdens? Well, I think one way we can do that is by prayer. I want to show you something now. I cut this one out just to show you the shape we need, okay? So we're going to talk about the shape of the ear. We're going to draw out the shape of the ear. So if we get our pen or a marker, and I'm just going to do this now. I'm not a great artist. You all know I'm not a great artist, but I'll give it my best. Okay, so this is the shape I have drawn out for the ear. Now that's a very big one, but God's ear is very big. So we cut this out. Now again, be very careful when using scissors. So we're cutting out the shape of our ear, and we're going to use this in our craft today to talk a wee bit more about asking God for things in prayer. But we're not asking for things for ourselves today, although there's nothing wrong with that. We're going to focus today on asking God to carry each other's burdens. So I'm just going to do around here the shape of the ear, and then the ear hole, which is here, the open ear. So can you see that? Okay, now I get my pen, because I think it'll be see better with pen. And at the top, we're going to write, God hears our prayer, or prayers. God hears our prayers. Okay, so where we drew the dot for the ear hole, okay, use your scissors carefully again, bend it over just and make a slight incision, just enough for a piece of string to go through. A slight incision. You might want to make it a wee bit bigger with the pencil, maybe. Okay. Now I said to you earlier about getting a piece of string. Okay, so at the end of the end of one side of the string, I want you to make a big knot. Okay, so it might need to go around this a couple of times to make a knot, and maybe you might need to get a wee bit of help, but it's very easy. Just put the string round, push the end through, and pull it down and make a knot. Okay? Okay, so we push our thread through the hole for the eardrum and have the knot to the back. Okay, have the knot to the back. Now, we talked earlier about, maybe about having burdens one for another. So say I think of somebody called Adam during the day. Now, I don't know what's wrong with Adam. I don't know if he is in difficulty. God knows where he is at that time. God knows what he's doing, and God knows maybe the decisions Adam has to make. But I don't know any of that. But God has brought Adam to my mind. So I pray for Adam, and I ask God, to direct Adam in all that he is doing at that time. So I'm lifting Adam to God in prayer. So I get a bit of sellotape, doubled over like we did before, put it to Adam's name, and I put it to the bottom of the string. And when I'm praying for Adam during the day, when the Lord brings him before me, I'm actually lifting Adam to God in prayer. Now, as I said, I don't know what Adam needs, but God knows everything about every one of us, and God knows who needs help and maybe who's just feeling down, maybe just not feeling the best. So when we bring people before God in prayer, God hears our prayers and God is able to help that person. So maybe you might have Adam, you might have another name, we'll say Jill, you might have some of your friends. So write your friends' names on the pieces of paper, attach it to the string and pray for them, and that way you're lifting them to God in prayer. So when we go to our prayer boxes, when it comes to ask, we ask God to help that person in need at that time. Okay, bye.
So it's goodbye from, I don't like the way he's waving that wooden spoon about, but he's not going to hit me anymore, sure you're not? No. he's been listening to the story. So it's goodbye from us, and we'll see you all hopefully next week again. Bye. God bless.